I hope this message finds you well and the week was meaningful, productive, and uplifting. We had the incredible privilege this week to read Parshas Chayei. And at the beginning of the Parsha, we are told a eulogy for Sarah Imenu. Vayu Chayei Sarah, this is the lifetime of Sarah, Mea Shana, Ve'esim Shana, Ve'sheva Shanim, Shnei Chayei Sarah, 100 years, 20 years, and 7 years. These are the years of the life of Sarah. And Rashi HaKadosh is already bothered by a very simple question. Why doesn't the Torah just simply say, Sarah Imenu lived 127 years? Why 100 years, 20 years, 7 years? So Rashi explains very beautifully that it's to teach us Kulan Shav Latova. Every part of Sarah Imenu's life was equally beautiful. Rashi explains, when she was 100, she was like 20 in terms of sin. Just like a 20-year-old is not held accountable by the celestial court for their misdeeds, so too, even when she was 100, she was sin-free. And when she was 20, she was like she was 7 in terms of beauty. Just like a 7-year-old has an innocent beauty, Sarah Imenu, even once reaching womanhood, retained that beautiful, innocent beauty throughout her entire life. But Rav Yosef Tov Alevi Soloveitchik, the Rav, gives a beautiful and fascinating interpretation. The Rav explains that if you look at it, 120, and 7 are 3 different intervals of life. The Rav explains 7 is childhood, 20 is youth, and 100 is mature adulthood. And each of those stages of life come with different traits. When a person is a child, they're filled with incredible trust, an incredible sense of simcha, of joy. As we enter into young adulthood, we'll call it youth, ultimately we're filled with a sense of zeal, of optimism, of hope, I could do anything. And as we get older, we gain a certain level of tempered judgment. We've suffered some setbacks, we've had major accomplishments, but Baruch Hashem, we see the world in a little bit of a different way. And the Rebbe explains that very often throughout life, we go from one stage to the other, and as we enter into a new one, we leave the old one behind. So we graduate from childhood, losing that trust, losing that sense of simcha. We go into youth, and then when we leave youth and go into mature adulthood, we leave behind our optimism, our hope, our excitement for life. The greatness of Sarah Imenu, explains Rabbi Soloveitchik, is that when she transitioned from one stage to another, she took each stage with her. Sarah Imenu was a composite of a child, a young adult, and a mature adult. Throughout Sarah Imenu's life, she always took with her that trust and that joy that marks childhood. As Sarah Imenu aged, she always retained that incredible hope, optimism, that joie de vivre, that love of life, that incredible optimism that I could accomplish and do anything. But yet again, as she get older, she took all of that and tempered it with the dispassionate judgment of mature adulthood. This is the lesson the Torah is teaching us, that as we go through the different stages of life, don't leave any stage behind, but take the beautiful lessons of each stage with you into the next. Wishing everyone a good Erev Shabbos and a beautiful Shabbos Kodesh.